morning, class. Thanks for being here this morning. Today I want you to sit in the ready position. How will you sit?
In the ready position.
Good job. And please listen carefully and answer together. How will you listen?
Carefully.
And how will you answer?
Together.
Excellent answers. Thank you, guys. All right, we are going to review some shapes that we've already learned. Now looking at this shape, because the shape has angles and it is a closed shape, what shape is this, Allison?
A polygon.
You're right, a polygon. Now let's count the number of sides together. It has 1, 2, 3 sides. Good counting, you guys. So how many sides does a polygon have?
3.
3 is right. Because this polygon has 3 sides and it is a closed off shape, what shape is this?
Triangle.
Good job answering all together, class. This is a triangle. All right, and I would repeat with a square and a circle. All right, what would happen, class, if I were to take a box from the back, one of our boxes from the back of the room and squish it? We've talked about those boxes being squares last week, but would the box still be a square if it got rid of all of its right angles? Today, you will learn how to identify a rhombus. What will you learn?
How to identify a rhombus.
Right, all right. Watch me as I figure out if this shape is a rhombus or not. All right, first I look to see if the shape has any sides. What do?
Look to see if the shape has any sides.
Right, I look for the sides. And this one does have sides. Then I count the number of sides. What do?
Count the number of sides.
That's correct. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Now will you guys count with me?
1, 2, 3,
4. Good job counting, you guys. Next, I see if the sides of the shape are equal lengths. Oops. Excuse me, class. This is how the shape was supposed to look. Next I see if the sides of the shape have equal lengths. What do I do next?
See if the sides of the shape have equal lengths.
You're right. You guys are really good at responding together. Then I look at the angles of the shape. If the angles are right angles, then this would be a square. What would this shape be if the angles were all right angles?
A square.
You're right. If all of these angles were right angles, then this would be a square. But looking at this, I can tell that the sides are not all right angles. This shape has 2 sizes of angles. One here and one here. These 2 are the same and these 2 are the same. How many sizes of angles does this shape have?
2.
2, you're right. This shape is a rhombus. What shape is this?
A rhombus.
And it is a rhombus because it has it has lots of things that make it a rhombus. Finally, class, I will label the shape a rhombus because a rhombus is just like a square, but with different sized angles. What makes a rhombus different from a square?
It has different size angles.
That's right, class. Thanks for working so hard. So I would take this shape and I would also do it with a diamond and a square as cementing that information for them. All right. All right, let's try one together this time, class. Oh, man. This is a shape. This is equal sides, okay. All right, class, we're going to go through our steps and see if this shape is a rhombus. First, we see if the shape has any sides. What is the first step, class?
See if the shape has any sides.
Right. Now we count the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we do now?
Count the number of sides.
That's correct. Thanks for answering together. Now let's count them all together.
1, 2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
Good counting, you guys. 4 is right. The next step is to see if the sides are equal. What do we look for next?
See if the sides are equal.
That's right. Thank you, class. And are the sides equal?
Yes.
Yes, they are. This could still be a rhombus. Next, we look at the angles of the shape. What do?
Look at the angles.
You're right. We see that this shape has 2 sizes of angles. Or it should. How many sides of angles does this shape have?
2.
Perfect answer, you guys. You are right. This shape is a rhombus because it has equal sides and 2 sizes of angles. What is our last step, class?
To label it.
Exactly. We label it as a rhombus. All right. Now it's your turn, guys, to help me out a little bit here. All right. Allison, what is our first step to identify if this is a rhombus?
Check if it has sides.
Right. So let's check if it has sides. Does this have sides?
Yes.
Good job. All right, Allison, will you count the sides for me?
1, 2, 3.
Right, this only has 3 sides. What kind of shape only has 3 sides?
Polygon.
A polygon. Well, polygons can have many sides.
A triangle.
Right. A triangle is a type of polygon with only 3 sides. Now let's try another one. All right. What is our first? Let's try this one. Allison, what is our first step?
See if it has sides.
Right. We see if it has sides. Allison, will you count the sides for me?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're right. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 sides on this shape. All right. Allison, are the sides equal in this shape?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Good job. And thanks for answering so politely. All right, where do we look next, Allison, after looking at the sides?
At the angles.
You're right. We look at the angles. So if this shape had all right angles, it would be what shape?
Square.
Allison? A square. You're right. So how many angles, how many different sized angles does this shape have, Allison?
2.
2. This shape has 2 sizes of angles. What is this shape, Allison?
That's a rhombus.
It's a rhombus. Good job. All right, correct. We know that this is a rhombus. Now, what is our last step, Allison?
To label it.
You're right. It is to label it. I'll label it right here. Rhombus. All right, class. Let me hand out your worksheets here. Now, everyone, I want you to look at the first problem, which is
circle.
Now let's see if this is a rhombus. Everyone, does this shape have sides?
No.
No, it doesn't. So what shape is that?
It's a circle.
It is a circle. Good job. All right, everybody. Now move on to your independent working, and I'll be walking around. Raise your hand really quietly so I can come around and help you. All right, class. Thank you for working so hard. You guys did a great job answering together and listening to me. Today we learned how to identify a rhombus and what it looks like. It's kind of fun to learn what shapes are made of, huh? You guys are so smart, and thanks for participating so well. Tomorrow we are going to go around the school and see if we can find some shapes that we've talked about so far.
Ooh.